Hey, welcome back to Chesterville, where it's been like 5 or 6 weeks on my end, our end. Uh, so we got that far ahead on having recorded stuff, so we just took October off on recording these, and now we're close to real time. I've got 4 more days worth of episodes uploaded right now, ready to go on a daily basis. And the advantage to that, I guess, just the downtime is uploading them. It takes forever. Although I've changed the profile a bit, so the file size might be smaller now than it was. And I optimized the map on the way in today, so it's not exactly rapid, but I think it's less hitchy than it used to be. Never mind 7 frames, 8 frames a second. It is better, though, I'm sure of that. Oh, in uploading stuff, I saw things that we could probably be doing. For one thing, I've got, this one's fairly simple. Rockets, we have a bunch of them, and they're just in here. But we're not, the only way we're going to get more is if we make more.
Right.
So I think we could probably get those out of here. Even if we just put them over, let them go over here instead, where I can find them. Because over here we've got magma, lava balls coming in from the spicy slime thing under the library. I think I would rather have those be. Can I have that? Thanks. Be lava balls. Partly because that way there's more room for them. They're somewhere that as they come in they'll go somewhere, and it's just right here, which is handy if we want to make fire resistance. The other half of that, of course, is I've got to now tell the system that we're going to be doing this now. If you want to grab, first thing I guess, grab out all of the lava balls and just throw them into the ovenator box there. They'll make their way back into the system.
Okay.
Then we can start clearing out the rockets, although I guess it's less of an emergency because they can just lurk there until they don't. But, Jesus, it's still lagging. It's not fixed, it's just a little better. Not a lot better. Let's see if I can figure out where I'm trying to put these. Oh, that's actually exactly it. So throw those in there. That'll change the nature of. I'm just going to jump. It's easier than anything else. Oh, I could have landed in the water. Oh well. So yeah, these can just go in, and now they'll overspill instead. All things considered, I think when I do make more of these, I'm going to go up to, because right now they're not in there. Right now they're like level 1 rockets, flight duration, and there's no hugely good reason for that. I can go 3 without really wasting anything, because what it uses up instead is gunpowder, which we have coming in from witches, so we're always in danger of overspilling on this stuff. The other thing, thinking of paper, which is the other element of rockets, this is empty now, basically. Well, again, we took like 5 or 6 weeks off. But I came in yesterday and started playing with this a bit, so now we're up to, well, hang on, we've got some books here. We're up to day, 2216. But, we have all these librarians. All we have over here is librarians. And there's a good reason for them to exist. We can get books and whatever. We can trade in books, which are fairly cheap to make relative to anything else. The trick is, any given villager, he wants paper, but not books yet. If I can find one I've actually got opened up a bit. They tend to move around, so they're not necessarily where I expect them to be at all. Oh, what the hell. I don't have anything handy to flash at them and see an emerald. There, you look different. Beyond, once you get them opened up, then they want books, which you get a lot more money for, by mass. Basically 4 for an emerald instead of 24, and it only takes 3 papers to make a book, so it's basically twice as good. And then that opens up whatever Silk Touch, for example. Lanterns, by the way, are something we could probably just buy, because if we want them for anything, it's easier to buy them than make them, and also it just opens them up yet more. So the trick with that, there's two, and they're related. If we don't stay on top of the sugarcane production over here, then it just locks up. It takes a little while, but it does just lock up. Okay, please finish eating, though. I optimized the map. Yeah. So the main box holds 54 stacks of this stuff, and right now it does. And then it starts backing up, so there's some in here, and there's some in here, and there might by now be some stacked up. Oh yeah, that was one thing in upload. I think it was this one, in uploading videos to watch. I noticed that one of these wasn't even connected to the system, so it is now. Not a big deal, it's just true. Give me the cart for it. I assume this has got a bunch of stuff. Please show me. Okay, yeah. So right now, any new, you can go, any new sugarcane coming in just kind of rots on the ground, but you can see it up there. So what I'm thinking is, if you want to do the whole transferring, we want the lava balls back in the system where they go. Did you get them all, or there's?
I think so.
Okay, well, that's that half. Well, they wouldn't be there because it's empty. I think there's one left. But that's cool because I want this while I'm here. Did I just see? I could use some hoppers, probably more than I have. Okay. So first of all, let me go. Let me ditch the lavables.
Transfer the rockets.
Yeah, you know where they were. I mean, they're in the. It now says lavables. Just grab handfuls or whatever. I would say just throw them all on the ground and then kind of hit Q to throw them over here. But since you've only got less than 54 slots and we have like over 100 slots of rockets, that might not be the best way to handle it. So I would say just walk back and forth with it. What I want to do is add more lag to the system by, these are books. Leather comes from right over here. Well, actually, leather comes from over here, which means we have to make sure that keeps going. We've got the mashy system, the cows spawn if you're in the area, and then leather does occasionally show up. You can go. You can, I don't even care. That's filling in now. So it's not that big a walk to get to the leather. And the leather, of course, you know, stacks to 64, so we can carry a lot at once. But with books in here, which is what we're going to be largely trading in with librarians, I think if we probably just take this out, if it lets me, put in a box like this, and decide how, I guess the simplest method is going to be this. Take out this whole thing, and we're going to replace this with hoppers. Damn it. Between the lag and having to switch back and forth, it's just annoying. You didn't believe me, though. What the hell? And, of course, I'm not strictly counting these as I go. I probably should be. I'm pretty sure it's more than I have. That's the important news. But let's get this. Oh, it did it again. Damn it. I hope it's recording well enough. What's it say it's doing? 30, so that's cool.
Yeah, but I think part of your lag problem was because you messed with the profile, so now it's using up a lot more of the processor than normal.
What do you, oh, in recording?
Yeah.
I don't know why the hell well, I have some left. Okay. That can go. That's the line that gets it from, well, actually from that village, and that connect, it doesn't matter. That was a mistake. Just put that back. Somehow I've got to, oh, actually, that's not going to be impossible. Let me just throw this down real quick. Give me those for sure. Do I have enough to make this happen? So if that goes there, And that goes there. And we just lose that and throw that into that. This will immediately start draining whatever, right? Okay, it's just slow. Which I guess doesn't surprise me much. Oh, nuts. Give me, do I have that? Okay. Put that back in place because it doesn't really need to be exposed. Break that out. Go. And I have like one hopper left at the moment. I'll have to make some. And then I have to actually be at the right spot for this to work. I can't go backward with these. There's no way to put them down. So we'll just go here, throw this into that, and then go. I can do 19 more right now. I need some wood. Roughly 5, 10, 15, 25, 35. So I need about around twice as much as I actually have. We ought to have some wood in. I don't know if we have a lot of wood. There's some downstairs, but I'm not downstairs. Yeah, that's what I thought. Give me all that. Give me. You're still doing the whole rocket thing, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. It's fine. I just gotta think. These. Actually, those logs should consolidate better into boxes. It'll be smaller. Less. That's 50 of them. That's enough. Grab up some iron from somewhere. Can I get close enough to... I can open that. Can I open this? Whatever it is. Just give me whatever you can give me. I'll figure it out in a minute. Make a bunch of these. Oh, 50 of them, good. And then, is there any space in here at the moment? Okay. Get rid of stuff I'm not using. And, just go put down the hopper. Oh, wait, what's that open? Why is that open? Oh, damn. Do I still have... Is it too late? Might be. Nope. Okay. That can go back where it goes because it doesn't really... There's no reason to have a hopper right there. There's not much reason. I guess I technically could. But I don't think it would really drain much faster, and in the long run it wouldn't make any difference. Then we just link these up at the speed of lag. Yeah, what I did to the whole OBS, the recording software, I did in fact hook up the Elgato I was talking into the alligator. I don't know why. And and I hooked up like a Nintendo 64, so we've been doing Mario 64. On which loosely related note, yeah, I was right. It was an ice level that had that sort of clear three-dimensional maze thing. It wasn't actually a cube, and it was ice, not glass, but otherwise it was basically what I was talking about. I thought so. Anyway, that is full. That, you could use some carpet on it, but that should be draining sugarcane directly over here to here. It may take a minute to do that because between lag and hoppers are redstone elements. I assume they're like as bad as any redstone element, except that they're worse because there's so damn many of them. I don't. I need to put down carpet now. Let me. They are in fact making their way. It's just gonna. Apparently, it's about 1 per second, and it hasn't been enough seconds for it to get here yet, I guess. But I'm reasonably positive there, because yeah. So that's what I thought. So just get these out of my way. That gives us cane here that we can take, any multiple of 3, make paper. And I'm not going to bother right now because it's not enough to turn in. But that'll stack up. And then once that's full, despite being 54 stacks of what'll... Well-ish. I mean, 54 times... I'm trying to think if that's a multiple of... 54 is a multiple of 3, but that's not the point. It is the point, yeah, it'll give us 54 stacks of paper. But if we use this up and have, there's just turn to the side, of course, you can turn to that, it doesn't matter. The point is we'll have paper a little closer to the village and a whole lot more in reserve than we have right now. It's like 3 or 4 times as much and also readily available. And I guess if it actually gets to the, it should eventually fill up, meaning that all of these will be full, which means this will be full. We can also grab the stuff here if we want. So it really just gives us 2 points of paper production and way more in reserve to use, and probably a lot more lag, but at this point I'm just getting used to it. I don't like it, but I'm used to it. So that is what I saw we could do based on files I was uploading. A couple of these guys for some reason are really helping with the lag. It's strange. Also not dying at all quickly. Is there anything about just doing this? Well, if I do it later, they'll still be here lagging, so that's a problem. All the other monsters, well, almost all. I guess technically the blazes are probably also stacking up, but they don't seem to be as big a problem. But these guys, once you get 100 of them in here, which aren't for some reason crushing each other to death, it just really causes problems. Die more, fast, damn it to hell. This is the slowest vibe check in the history of video gaming. Damn it. Okay, well, now I can kill him a little faster. Not a lot, though. I can't even get the timing right to swing and kill them all at once. Well, now they're all gone and it's still lagging. It's not, this wasn't the main problem, I guess. Whatever. It's a lag thing. It just happens to me. Alright, so what else do we want to do?
I don't know, I'm still doing this.
Oh yeah, that's a fun point. Let me, figure, I can't even... Lava balls, yeah, that's what I meant. How many are left? That many, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they're all the same as what I just happen to have on me, so I'll just go down and... Somewhat stupidly, I blocked off I left the box in place here that was catching the iron before we started linking everything. So I can't actually get to this system. I could tear out the glass, I guess, but I couldn't pick it up right now, so that just sounds bad. I'll just go downstairs and get rid of this. There are places to put it. It's a longer, ordeal, but... Oh, hell. And then more... What is... Oh, because yeah, that's true. Some of it probably went into the end. No, if I do that, it'll suck. Let me just throw them randomly into places.
So now they're going into the overspill?
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, there are 100 stacks of them, but A, I tend to use them sometimes, and B, the only way we're going to get more is if we actually make them, so that's on a center point, so it's not going to actually go in anywhere. So, if the only way we're going to overflow on rockets is if we, for some reason, make a huge number of them, which we have, but if we make a huge number of them and then don't get them out of there someday. We could also put them somewhere, it doesn't matter. Probably put them in like a shulker box or something. At least a 4, a quarter of them. It's not a big deal, it just doesn't make sense to me to devote... Scaffolds are almost the same thing, except scaffolds are something we tend to use a lot, so... I don't know why I bothered hanging onto that one. I knew I was coming back. I guess if we came up with something else that... Oh, nuts, did we? Thinking about it, I don't think we have a place dedicated to coal. And we have that coming in now. So we might actually have to talk about something like scaffolds or whatever else seems needless as far as retaining these things all the time. Scaffolds or something. Something that's just not important. Hey, it's not that it's not important, it's that it doesn't have to be in the system. The scaffolds are another thing. We're not generating infinity scaffolds. We have to make them if we want them for something. I'll just leave this to you now. So we're basically done. That level is. Oh, there's 150 stacks. I didn't realize that. Damn it. Give me all those. Okay. Now we're basically done with that. I'll just go ditch the... What's this looking like? It's looking like you're doing it. Okay.
I've been throwing the rest of them into the junk basket because...
Oh, that's a way to do it. I guess that'd probably be faster than what I'm about to do, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. That does. That's effectively that. There might be a few left somewhere, but we'll get them. Yeah, let me check on the coal thing, because we do have, that was one of the last things we got was, like, was it here? I can't see, there's a fish. Yeah, that's a spooky, so. Did I ever replace, I don't remember replacing, that's a spider I did. Oh yeah, I saw that. I did, okay, yeah. So it's just the one spooky. It's giving us coal, however, occasionally. And therefore coal is going into the sorting system, except I don't think it's being sorted. I think it just goes into the overspill spot.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me double check. Which has the advantage of being, yeah, in fact, yeah, has the advantage of being near the village if we want to turn it in. I don't know if there's any more anywhere. It probably wouldn't be down here anymore. That's all pretty old stuff that's stacked up. Problem with the junk basket is it gets really junky. Oh, I see what you're up to. There's one. It's fine. So if we wanted a dedicated, coal bin, I guess. Let me see, what do we have? We don't have arrows coming in anymore, but it's also really full of arrows. We're not going to run out of arrows anytime in the next year. Bones are coming in off of the spookies now. Gunpowder comes from witches, if not creepers. Sugar is witches. Glowstone, eyes, redstone. No, eyes are spiders, actually. I think. No, it's witches. Spiders, you have to kill them personally. Lava balls are new. Scaffolding we make, so that could probably be switched out. And there's not even that much in there. Crystals and shards are fish, the guardians. String is spiders, roses, and iron are iron guys, which are coming from two sources now. Green dye is when I cook cacti, which makes it a bit optional. Like, we can make sure it doesn't happen, but it's also, pretty full. So it would be a big mess trying to move it right now. That comes from guardians. That comes from pigmen, which we're getting. Meat comes from pigmen, and then we're back to junk. We could... I guess I'll do it. What the hell? We'll go ahead and make a coal bin. That's pretty much exactly enough. Well, give me, there's one more somewhere. That's exactly enough to do what we're talking about. Where, and it happens to be right there. Give me that. Give me that. Make this a typo. Coal. Go do the jumpy thing I already did because I don't want to use the scaffolds. I'm about to get out of there. Yeah, if the scaffolds go into overspill, that we'd have to make scaffolds to make it over, which is also true with rockets and whatever else is in there mostly. And technically it's true with cacti, but since we've already basically made it happen, it's a little late to talk about if. Oh, I'd like this to lag less.
So move the scaffolds?
Yeah, why not? Was it here? Yeah, so just throw that in there. One will drop down, but immediately gets stuck here until the redstone flashes and changes things. I can just make it so I'll just do this again. I forgot the water part again, damn it. Yeah, I'll probably eat some food in a sec. Oh wait, no, that was an injury, which means the beacon is repairing it. Doesn't work on sprinting around, that wears you out and you don't get your hunger back from the beacon, which is kind of too bad. But so that's probably messy, but whatever. You're just throwing scaffolds wherever they look like they can go.
Yep.
That's pretty clever. There's like 3.5 stacks left for you. Or actually, wait. No, there's not. Well, I was gonna. Okay, whatever. I was just gonna go ditch these the way I've been doing it. It seems. I don't know why. I'm just doing it. Unless we do a huge project, I mean, it's really just a lot of running around doing fairly silly things at the moment. How full are these things? Are they all backed up? That one's got to be empty. Okay, then I probably don't need my armor on right now. Still has crossbow on me, which is a good crossbow, I guess, but I never use it for anything. Probably find a place to stash it. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to work on. Oh, so again, uploading, watching videos as I do it. As far as version 1.15, which I guess comes out sometime this year, it is not, in fact, the Nether update. I don't know what it is. A bug update, maybe? I don't know if they have an official name for it. I never thought about it. Well, I did, but then I forgot to check. I was thinking it was going to be like the B update or the bug update, and I don't know if they've come up with something more solid. Point is, that's going to be the bug update. It's going to be bees and honeycombs and fixing a few bugs. There's a chicken out, which I don't like. And then next year we're going to get the Nether update, which is separate and, from what I gather, a pretty significant thing. So, relative to what we're getting later this year, it's going to be a lot more impressive, I think. I don't know for sure. Why the hell? Oh, because I shut down the game and then optimized the map, and it didn't help much, and here we are. Killing chickens. Die. So, yeah, the forthcoming updates are, in fact, 2 updates, and unrelated-ish. And one is sooner than I thought, and the other is more separate than I thought. So, there's probably no just space in this thing at this point. Oh, there is. That can go. Oh, yeah, speaking of lag, we haven't had to sleep yet because it's been 27 minutes and the sun is still up because the lag is slowing down. A day should be, I think, 10 minutes long. And instead it's more like half an hour. Because of lag. I don't know what to do about it. I really don't, because, like, as far as my system goes, I am doing a fairly oldish... Where am I? What am I looking for? I can't move. Hang on. Yeah, I've got 20 gigs of RAM. Half of them, 10 are allocated to the game, which is apparently using 15% of the total right now. Somewhere it should mean, yeah, I've got basically an i5. Problem is, at this point, upgrading that would probably mean getting a whole new motherboard. Otherwise, and you know, the video card is probably still better than average. It's a little old, but I can't think of anything really that I could do. The RAM is what should make it a lot smoother as far as any stuttering, and we're getting it anyway. So I think we just overbuilt this whole thing. It's just a mess. Sleep. But, yeah. So the updates, whenever they come out, might still be doing this then, I'm not really sure. We got whatever the bug one is, and then Nether's after that. Oh, also I gather that the piglins, I keep wanting to say boglin. Does anyone remember that?
I don't.
Okay. Yeah, it was like, I think somewhere between pound puppies and well, Furbies for sure, but the other one, the one that you like, that I call pound puppies, and you keep telling me I'm wrong.
Oh, the Beanie Baby
Yeah,
craze?
those things. What do I know? That's only 25 years ago. I don't know what's going on. Oh, anyway, apparently they're not replacing pigmen so far as I can gather. They're more additional to them, I think. And then they hunt what they're now just calling piglin beasts became, I don't know what they became. Boglins, we'll call it that. They're pound puppies. I don't know what they are. I don't care. Where are we at? We're basically out of time now. So we got that sort of happening, done. It'll trickle around and do what it needs to do. And and then next time we can have more of a plan in advance. That was just stuff I saw that we need to probably do something about. I don't know if it's going to help overall, but I guess it doesn't hurt too much. So we'll get out of here and then see you, tomorrow-ish, essentially, next time. All right. Bye.